Wrestling is a game of distractions, and while Cody Rhodes is trying to finish his story for the 14th time in a row, and while CM Punk and Roman Reigns are having a you-know-what measuring contest, WWE did something quietly. They started chipping away at the old wall and started building a new wall right in the background while we were all distracted. Triple H loves his buzzwords, and while the man introduces a new era every single second, I think this time around he's not just selling a snake oil. And while we were focused on WrestleMania, WWE quietly assembled a trio of monsters, crazy athletes, and icons to quietly take over the entire company and put all of your old favorites into the ground. This is the future of the business, and it's arriving faster than you think. Trick Williams, the Aura. There is a specific kind of charisma, there's a specific kind of electricity that you cannot just manufacture in a performance center lab. There is a goddamn reason why every single Friday on SmackDown, an RKO or a Crossroads is not the loudest pop of the night. It's a chant. Whoop that trick. Trick Williams is a phenomenon that probably keeps the old school purists up at night. Is he the most technical wrestler on the planet? Absolutely not. Is he a 5-star Dave Meltzer crying type of wrestler? Absolutely not. But none of those things matter as much as aura does in a WWE superstar, and Trick Williams has truckloads of it. On a serious note, he really gives me the early 2000s Edge vibes, not the rated R superstar that was in bed with Lita 24/7, but the ultimate opportunist, the strategist. Trick Williams, when you see him wrestle, his whole style is about winning the match, it's about stealing the opportunity, and he does it so well. When you look at him, it doesn't look like you're seeing somebody who's just came out of NXT. It looks like somebody who's been here for hundreds of years. He has that look, that lean, mean 6'4" frame that screams top guy before he even opens his mouth. He's the perfect blend. He has the raw, infectious charisma of a young Booker T, the kind of energy that makes you want to stand up just because he entered the room, mixed with the charisma of a man who knows he's the main character of the show. He understands his character better than guys who've been on the main roster for a decade. He knows he's limited in the ring, so he leans into spectacle. He's the guy who steals the scene without needing the most lines. And Trick Williams is honestly world heavyweight championship material, not because he's the most technical wrestler out of the lot, but because when he enters the room, he makes you feel something. He makes you invested in the storyline. Whoop That Trick is not just a chant, it's a goddamn movement every Friday. And if you aren't paying attention to Trick Williams, you're missing the loudest revolution in the industry. And then there's the ruler, Oba Femi, the inevitable. If Trick Williams is the soul of the new era, then Oba Femi is the physical consequence of it. I mean, he's not just another giant. He's not Vince McMahon's giant of the month. Have you taken a look at the spectacle that the ruler Oba Femi is? And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is look at the Royal Rumble 2026. Femi versus Brock Lesnar. The beast incarnate met the Nigerian ruler, and for 5 seconds the arena went silent because we realized we were looking at a mirror image. Oba Femi is so goddamn special that he doesn't care about the traditional wrestling norms. He's not a heel, he's not a face, hell, he's not even a tweener. He is the ruler Oba fucking Femi. He has this infinite charisma that's rooted in silence. He doesn't need to cut a 20-minute promo about how hard he worked. He just stares through you, and the crazy part, he can actually fucking go. He can deliver a 5-star classic with a high flyer or a powerhouse. It doesn't matter what style you put him through. It doesn't matter what time you wake him up at night and tell him to go have a 5-star match with a goddamn Rock. And no, not you, Dwayne. Q, I know it's Mania season, don't come back, we don't want you anymore. But Oba Femi is such a goddamn good wrestler, and I know on the main roster he hasn't had an opportunity to showcase it yet. But trust me, if you go back and watch his NXT matches, he is such a professional inside that ring. It's like a never before seen thing in wrestling, which is the biggest compliment that you could give to anybody. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis are literally begging this man to sign with their brands like they're chasing a free agent in the NBA. And why? Because whoever gets Oba Femi gets the keys to the kingdom. He isn't just a wrestler. He's a final boss who hasn't even reached his full power yet. And finally, we have a man that calls himself Bouncy, the wild card, Javon Evans. And if that nickname sounds a little bit silly to you, I promise you, you won't be laughing once you see him actually fly inside that ring. At 21 years old, this guy is main eventing episodes of Raw and beating Gunther and Dominic Mysterio to qualify for the Elimination Chamber match. Do you realize how crazy that sounds? He's arguably the most jaw-dropping performer that we've seen since early Rey Mysterio or King Ricochet. I hate that prick. But notice that I call him the wild card. It's because that potential is a dangerous word in this business. WWE right now is treating him like a prince. They're giving him the spotlight. They're letting him dazzle up the crowd. But how long is that going to last? That depends on how quickly Javon Evans can find that edge in his character. Right now, he's the happy-go-lucky kid who's just glad to be here, and that works. The thing is, he's 21. Let that sink in for a second. He has 3 years before he hits the age that Randy Orton became the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in WWE history. Javon isn't just chasing a career, he's chasing a record held by a first Ballet Hall of Famer. And the scary part, he might actually beat it. He's potential uncapped. He's the raw material that Triple H is going to mold into the face of the company for the next 2 decades. Sometimes we get comfortable with our favorites. We want John Cena to stay there forever. We want Roman Reigns to hold the title. We want CM Punk to finally win a Royal Rumble match. And we want Cody Rhodes to main event the 81st WrestleMania in a row. But deep down, we know that their time is running up. Wrestling is a cycle of fire. One era burns out so the next one can light the match. Trick Williams is the fire that brings the people together. Oba Femi is the fire that burns the house down. And Javon Evans is the spark that keeps us looking at the sky. WWE didn't just find 3 great wrestlers. They found a whole new main event scene for the next 20 years while we were too busy debating about the old one. If you think the new era is just another marketing slogan, think about that. I think it is a warning sign because Trick Williams, Oba Femi, and Javon Evans aren't just coming for the spotlight. They are the spotlight. And your favorite wrestlers, they're just the ones standing in the middle of the heat. This has been Heel Heat with Adeen, because sometimes the future doesn't wait for the past to finish its goodbyes. And these 3 guys, they're already in through the door.
Bravo and Ryo, but